Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Love Our Life. Today we are going back into Universal and going to talk about Halloween Horror Nights and all the updates. And yes, this is probably the last one from Georgia because next week we will be back in Orlando. So come on, enjoy. Now, there are a ton of things going on in Orlando right now, mainly the heat, which I am very excited to miss out on because this week it is supposed to be one of the hottest weeks ever. Last week was like the hottest week, but then this week's supposed to be like even worse or something like that. It is what it is, but you guys know how much we love being in Orlando and living in Orlando, so we're like excited to get back. But we're not excited about the heat. So hopefully by the time HHN happens, there will be some kind of a cold front that comes through. But you know what? Either way, we will be there. So anyway, let's talk about what's going on in the park. And towards the end of the video, I'm going to share my thoughts and opinions and some channel updates for you guys on some things. So anyway, let's get into it. The first thing we're going to start off with is some more food booths. So in Sting Alley, there has been another food booth that has risen, and this one is another Fedra / Last of Us food booth, which looks really cool, and I'm excited about it. So I don't really know what's going to be back here, but this kind of feels more like the game and / the show, given that it feels like it's more in like these secluded areas, and it feels more like a rundown city. Even though Sting Alley is like a really awesome area, this feels like it might be where they may do the rations. I don't know yet. So if you guys have seen the Taste of Terror, you have seen the cheese ravioli rations, which looks really cool. I just want it for the souvenir, just to be honest with you. I mean, I'm not going to lie about that. But given that information, we'll just have to see what happens with that booth. But I think that might be kind of cool to do the rations there. Obviously, there's going to be a drink because there is a Utah, what is it called? Some kind of Salt Lake City drink. And it's like a coffee with alcohol in it. So I'm not really sure exactly what that is. I haven't gotten to do Taste of Terror yet. So, but with that being said, I think that will be really cool. And I think they're going to have some really neat things in that area. So we're just going to have to wait and see. Hopefully, the food menus go up very soon. Hopefully they don't go up until I'm back next week, but we will have to wait and see. Also, another food booth area. This one is very similar to last year. This one was actually over by Kid Zone last year, and this year it is over by where usually the Chucky box is, over between London and Springfield. And this one, don't really know what it's going to be, but I just thought I would mention it as a side note here, just to let you guys know that this booth has returned. And also, right outside of Fast and Furious, there has been a Chucky food booth that has popped up. Now, we know that through speculation that this is where the Chucky house is going to be. So why not have it be appropriate and be right there? So we'll just have to wait and see. But I'm excited. I'm really wondering if they're going to bring back the Good Guy Burger. I don't know. They haven't said anything about it. Now they have the Blooder Burger that looks very similar to that. But it would be cool if they brought back the Good Guy Burger because there's a lot of people that want to try it that didn't get to try it last year. But we'll have to see. I think there's like a Nashville hot chicken this year that's for Chucky. But like I said, everything that's in the Taste of Terror is just a sampling of what's coming. Like they're not releasing every item. Even the chef himself, I watched some of our friends' videos, and even the chef himself said that these are just a few things that are going to be there, that there's going to be many more offerings throughout the park. So that's something they get really excited about, I think, and that's going to be really cool. And of course, you know, every year they always update things and they always have bars. So this is something else that, you know, if you're very curious about over at Battery Park, I had mentioned in our videos before that they had converted it to like a rest area. There was a bunch of benches there. Well, they have now removed all those benches and they have now put it back as a bar. So usually during Halloween Horror Nights, Mardi Gras, and during the Christmas celebration, they always have some kind of bar there. Last year it was the weekend bar, so I don't know what they'll do there this year. I don't really know. I do know in another area over, we'll talk about this in a minute, but over by the shipyard area, there is what is rumored to be the Peacock Bar. So, and I'll put the picture here for you guys to see that. So no one knows for sure, but the rumor about the Peacock Bar is that the Peacock Bar will actually have like character meet and greets. So probably just like scare actors and stuff like that. And they may have some of your favorite characters. Like I know that David S. Pumpkins will be there. Like that's one thing that he'll probably be there doing that. And then there may be some other like character meet and greets, like maybe Michael Myers or something like that. It's just total speculation. I mean, it all falls under Universal, so they have the properties that they can use those things. I don't know necessarily if they will, but it does fall under Universal. So they, like I said, they do have the rights to the IPs to use them. Now we do have some Scare Zone construction updates, but before we get any further into that, let's talk about the Tribute Store. Now we know that the Tribute Store will be opening for team members and pass holders on August 30th. So most likely what they're going to do is like 8 until noon. They'll have for team members, and then from noon until park close, it'll be for pass holders. But one thing that is really interesting that they haven't done for the summer Tribute Store, because obviously it was Jurassic Park, they're bringing back being able to put your face inside the Tribute Store. And this time it is really cool. So what they are doing this time is you are able to put yourself in a comic book, Tribute to Terror. And you can choose between 5 different covers that you can select that you want to be on. Now, the pricing for this is $89 currently. With tax, I believe it comes to around $94, $96, something like that. I am trying to get clarification on when the last day is for you to be able to do that. And I cannot find that information. I actually reached out to Universal on Twitter, and they said they didn't have any information on that either. But with us being here and not being able to be back in time, I don't know if we'll be able to do that. Also, in years past, you were able to call, but this is saying on the sign that it's only available to do at the Five and Dime, at the Jurassic Park Tribute Store, and the All Hallows Eve Boutique in Islands of Adventure. So, with that information, I'm not really sure. I have a buddy of mine that's going to try to get that information for me, and if I have that information, I will link it down below for you guys so you'll know exactly how to do that. But yeah, $89, which is a discount from where it's been before. I feel like it keeps going down because I feel like not that many people were that interested in the Christmas one that they did and then the Mardi Gras one that they did. So either way, we are going to try to do it. I don't know if we're going to be able to or not, just given the situation, but I would really like to do that. So the Tribute Store is going to be themed in comic books, like a terror comic book. So it'd be really cool. So it kind of reminds me of like, the old classic, well, it's not really classic, but like the Walking Dead comics and stuff like that, graphic novels. Like, I think it's just going to be, like the old school comics. And from what it looks like, it looks pretty cool. So I'm kind of trying to stay spoiler free on everything. I don't really want to know anything. I have been told a few things, but I would like to not know any more information. So if you're out there, please do not spoil any more for me. I'm ready to see it on opening day. So I think that'll be really cool, but I'm excited about it. So let's talk about the scare zones. So I don't really have a lot of information for you today on the scare zones, but what I do have is just little tidbits here and there. Now let's start with Shipyard. Now you guys can see here we have different crates that are up. There's like a little crane thing that's up, and there's finally the sign that's up to Shipyard 32. Now there's boxes here, like little, like I said, crates that people will probably stand in and try to scare you, which is really interesting and really cool. So this is probably my least most anticipated one, I guess. I don't know. But I mean, it is what it is. It'll be whatever it is. But yeah, this one does look kind of cool. Like I said, I'm not really sure what they're going to do. Now, I've been hearing that in the boxes that there may be like some characters from years past. So I wouldn't expect any big IP characters. I would just expect like, scare actor characters that you've seen throughout the years. So who knows? I mean, who knows? So, but yeah, other than that, there's really not a lot. Now, at the front of the park, There is the carriage that's up there. They've added some things to the carriage there, like some bats on it and a couple of boxes over to the side. But there's really not a whole lot left for them to do. Now, over in Hollywood, they still have a few things to do. They haven't finished that up yet. They still have some of the Zodiac signs up, but they haven't finished everything with that one, so I don't really know what else is coming to that. So I feel like we're getting to the point now to where we're pretty close to everything being done. There's still a few things to go up. There's more food booths that'll go up. There's more menus that'll go up and stuff like that. And like I said, hopefully the menus don't go up until I'm back in town. Because by the time we're back in town next week, we still have a little bit of time before Halloween Horror Nights starts. We have a little over a week before then. So there's a lot that goes on during that time. Now, it's very possible that they could throw up the menus at the same time as the tribute store. That's possible. I think last year they did it like the day before or something like that. So we'll have to wait and see. But right now it's just kind of speculation. Right now it's just kind of like getting into that mode of waiting and seeing what's going to come out of this. And I'm pretty excited about it. I'm just ready to be back and to get into that mode and get into that mindset of Halloween Horror Nights. I think I'm pretty excited about that. Now, a few channel updates for you guys, just letting you know that, of course, if you're watching us for the first time, normally we are inside the parks. We are videoing inside the parks. So we have vlogs, 3 or 4 videos a week that we have inside the parks. So this isn't our norm. If you guys want to check out what we normally do, that's linked down below. So make sure you check that out. But with that being said, you guys have asked me a couple of questions. I've had this recently, and I just wanted to cover this. Where is Angie? Why isn't she in the videos more? Right now, Angie is here visiting her stepson, or my stepson, her son. And so I'm trying to give her as much time as possible with him while we're here. And so I haven't really asked her to be a part of the video. Now, I do have a video planned coming up this week that she will be a part of. But going back to Orlando, she's going to be more frequent in the videos. I put a community post out today letting you guys know some changes that are coming, some good changes. She will be more involved in the channel and will have more of a full-time schedule on the channel. With our location, everywhere we're moving and stuff like that, she's just able to be on the videos a lot more. So I'm really excited about that because a lot of times I need her there for things. So I'm excited about it. But of course, I want my wife there with me. But this channel is called Love Our Life, not Love John's Life. And so we really see the need for that. And we know you guys have been asking for her more and more. And thank you guys for that, because that just that lets us know that you guys care. And it makes Angie feel really special. So we do love Angie. So thank you guys for that and voicing your opinion. You want to see more of her. We all know that Angie is just really sweet. She's an amazing woman. So I understand why you want to see her more than me. But, it's okay. I forgive you. But anyway, just having fun with that and just kind of just shooting off the hip here, just talking. Because, it's really, honestly, update time and what we're doing and everything that we have going on coming back from our little rest, sabbatical, whatever you want to call it. Live streams are coming back. We will have live streams again very soon. We're probably going to start, don't hold me to this, but we're probably going to start with our first one being the second night of Halloween Horror Nights. So not opening night, because there's just so much going on opening night. We need to focus on what we have been tasked to do opening night. But so most likely it'll be September 2nd will be our first live stream back. It could be the 3rd too, but I think it'll just be the 2nd for right now. But that is the plan. September 2nd will be our first live stream back, and then we will, because we're trying to have them on Saturdays. We're gunning for Saturday mornings. That's just what we're talking about right now. Like I said, don't hold us to that, but Saturday mornings is kind of what we're looking at. So we will let you guys know for sure. Number 3, another thing is that some of you guys might disagree with this or whatever, and that's fine. I know we have a lot of Universal and Halloween Horror Nights fans on our channel. But we are going to be including more Disney content. It's been 2 months since we've done a Disney video. And honestly, that's slacking on my part. I apologize for that, but we are going to be going back to the Disney parks and doing more videos. So expect a food and wine video from us whenever we get back and stuff like that. There's just so much going on right now in our life and with everything. So it was just much easier to go to Universal. But now that we're going to be living like less than 5 minutes away from Disney World, there's going to be a lot more Disney content, and I'm excited about it because I like variety. I don't know about you guys. I know you guys come here for Universal updates and stuff like that, but I do like variety. You got to change it up a little bit, and so if you keep doing the same thing over and over, you'll go crazy, right? So we'll definitely have more Disney content, more Mickey content. We already have some things planned for you guys, but we love you guys. We really appreciate you, and you guys have been really supportive as we have been gone. A lot of you guys have reached out to us and just asked how we were doing, and we really appreciate it. And we're really excited to get back to Orlando. So I don't know if this will be the final update like this from Georgia. There might be another one just depending on what happens, but if it is, then I will see you guys back in Orlando. If you guys are new here, please consider subscribing, hit that like button and the notification bell so you know when our next video is coming out. And remember, the road goes ever on. I'll see you next time.